The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are those of the individual guests. If you're a sensitive snowflake that may get easily offended, then turn this off immediately. If you want to hear the real truth about the gun culture, then stick around. This is the Armed Citizen Podcast.
Well, let me turn my camera on. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. This must be one of my very first shows. I didn't even know how to work the camera on this. Welcome to the Armed Citizen Podcast Live. This is episode number, I think it's 132. So we're live as always on YouTube. And if you're watching live and you're out there in the chat, go ahead and say hello. If you're new to the channel, new to the show, we hope we don't make you any dumber than you already are. Can't promise anything, but I hope it doesn't happen. If you're watching a replay or listening in podcast form, go ahead and say hello, where you're from, in the comment section throughout the show. If you have any questions, go ahead and tag myself or any other one in the what do you call it, the panel, and we'll make sure we get those questions. Or you can text them, as always, to 530-364-4678. That is the Ghost Tactical Hotline. So I want to kind of just throw this out there. People are batshit crazy. Just saying. People are losing their damn minds over this corona thing. You know, I literally don't understand why beer has just taken over the panic society of this world. I don't mind corona. I like other beer better. But Corona's not bad. There's no reason to go into a panic fit over a beer. So I don't know what your problem is out there, but it's not that bad. It's not that bad. What we're going to do tonight is have a little fun. We understand that people are going crazy. There's a lot of stress, and some people take this a lot more serious than others. And I'm not calling you crazy if you take it serious, because you should take it serious. The unknown should be taken serious until we know more about it. But there are people out there that are just lost their damn minds. So what we're going to do is, since most people are staying home because either they choose to do that or their jobs are kind of suspended right now, or people are closed down or whatever, we're going to talk about what the hell we're going to do for the next couple of weeks. Sports is gone. I go to my ESPN, I have to check sports, and it's just like it has a brain fart. There's nothing going on. There are no sports to talk about. So we're going to talk about that, have a little fun, try to entertain you guys, understand that everyone needs a laugh every now and then. So let's try to have some fun. Let's have a lively chat out there. We're going to ask some questions, go over a lot of stuff, and just try to have fun. So first, out of the great state of Ohio, we've got our good friend Mike from Budget Guns and Gear. What's up, Mike?
Hey, how's it going, Ghost? And what's up, crew? Just braved the wilds a little bit today. When did some people watching and some scrounging?
Right. We'll get into that in a second. I'm glad that you're able to join the show. Usually you're working on Tuesday nights. Are you guys closed down or just happen to be?
Oh no. We're starting to get emptied out, but we'll keep the light on for them. There's always room for more. We're like Jell-O. Well,
I would imagine that with all the craziness going on, there's a chance that you guys get filled up pretty quickly.
Maybe. I know that our local family court, for those that don't know, I work in juvenile corrections, and our local family court is making a concerted effort to get all nonviolent cases out the door because they don't want to be responsible for them or something. I guess, I don't know.
Sounds like politics to me.
Yep.
Yeah. And from my home state, I don't live there anymore, but it is still always my home state, the great state of Texas, the tactical virus himself. What's up, Clove? You're muted, buddy. There you go.
Yeah, I know. What's up?
Nothing, chilling like a villain, styling and profiling, and over here, That Guy's Wife Media.
Oh, look at there.
Sweet.
Just support. Go check out that. Not right now. But go check out That Guy's Wife Media. She's on basically everywhere that's got social media. Wait till after the show, but make sure you go give her subscribe, like, thumb up, whatever it is, follow, whatever it's called. Before we jump in and have a little fun, we don't do this very often anymore, but we're gonna go through it real quick, and let's go through the roll call here, and I say roll call, the roll call here, and say hello. I don't want to say roll call. I don't want to say his name 3 times. He might show up, so I don't know. Let's see here. Kingpins out there, Mystic Guns out there, Archangels out there, Nighthawk. What's up, my man? Let's see here. Gun loving Grandpa. What's up, Buck? Operator Tony. What's up? He's a smooth operator. I won't sing too much. I'll send people away. TJ's up there. TJ says that he was mixing himself a soda earlier. So everyone knows TJ from Gear Report. He can have a good time. Let's see who else is out there. Scott Pigs out there. Oink, oink. Oink, oink, baby. Precision Holsters. What's up, Precision Holsters? Said it's his first time at the show, so I hope we don't drive you away. I mean, just give us a shot here. Give us a shot. Jay Monty's out there. Let's see here. Who else we got? Thermo's out there. I love this. Thermo, redneck with a paycheck. I just love that name. There's some great names out there. 7 Wonders out there. Claves out there. What up, homie? 9 Melamia, the better half of Pancake Boy. So glad that she's out there. I'm glad that Travis is probably working and doing something. We like Mia. We don't want Travis to be out here. What's up, Sandy? Sandhill Shooters. Go check him out at 9 Central, 10 Eastern with if he's having a show, let us know. But I think he's going to have the Get Off My Lawn podcast at 9 Eastern or 9 Central, 10 Eastern over at Sandhill Shooters. Go check him out. Let's see here. Clover's out there and in here. Budget's out there and in here. Let's see here. HBO Matt, what's up? Chris Fulmer, what's going on? Chris is a new patron. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see here. Weston's out there. Gonna miss seeing Weston at Wanamaker. We'll have to see him, I guess, in November. It sucks, but we'll see him then. Let's see here. Am I missing? Tara Smith's out there. Andrew Faulkner's out there. Oh crap! Travis did show up. Midnight Pancake Boy's out there. Let's see here. Yep. And Sandy says
there goes the neighborhood.
Yeah, there goes the neighborhood. But Sandy says they are going to go live tonight at 9 Central, 10 Eastern over on the Sandhill Shooters channel. Good stuff as always. WB's out there. If I miss someone, I apologize. I'll try to catch you as we go. Let's see here. Ghost, I'm almost up to Tundra Talk numbers for live viewers. Yeah, we usually will average, I don't know, about 30-ish at a time. So it's pretty good. We have our normals and our people that are always here, which I love having. But yeah, we always welcome new people as well. So we're gonna have fun tonight. So Budget went out and did some people watching at Walmart. This is how he entertains himself. How'd that go for you, bud?
It was interesting. I went to a couple different Walmarts, couple different gun stores, and a Dollar General Market, just to kind of see how things were, see what was on the shelves, what wasn't on the shelves, and how people were acting. And it was a mixed batch. You know, it seems that everybody thinks that all the cows and all the chickens are going to die because there's no milk and eggs on the shelves. They think that wheat isn't going to be planted anymore, nor is sugarcane going to be grown.
And the earth will be dehydrated as well. You know,
yes, they feel that they're going to be completely dehydrated. And of course, they all want to have the TP. Although I did see a big pile of Charmin Ultra Strong, the big boxes of it that was just untouched. Nobody wanted that for some reason. Couldn't tell you why.
Interesting.
There is a toilet paper famine, but gigantic economy-sized bundles of Charmin Ultra Strong were untouched. There was a line out the door at one gun store. I had just I got to the other one just as the rush left. Apparently yesterday they were pretty much wiped out of everything. They had thousands of people there in line twisting across the parking lot. So it was interesting. And Dollar General Market, you know, it was pretty much the same thing as both Walmarts, wherein all the staples were gone. You know, flour, water, bread, eggs, milk, pasta sauce, all that good stuff. So who knows?
You know,
I had to I had to gear up and go out and brave the wilds today. So as I can find that picture again, I'm going to put up a little video on it here later.
Fantastic.
But, I had to go brave the wilds.
I love it. I love it. Here's one thing that I've noticed, and I've had to go to either the Walmart last week, but I haven't been back to Walmart. I go to the local grocery store. It's a Harps recently, a couple times the last couple days. And interesting thing that I see is like the produce section, like hasn't been touched. Perfect.
Except for the potatoes.
Potatoes and onions.
Yep.
Which is interesting. But I'll tell you another thing is so I thought, well, okay, I get it, because I didn't buy anything from the produce section either. Here's why. I don't want to keep going back. We just had our first 2 confirmed cases in my county, in my town yesterday. We're a town of 10,000 people, so you can only imagine how quickly this could spread in our little city, little town. So everyone's just going batshit crazy. So I noticed that the produce section was relatively intact. I was like, that's interesting, because if we're going to be kind of in the house for the next couple of weeks, for the most part, one would think that you would want to get some vegetables and all that. So I thought, well, I wouldn't get the vegetables either. What I would do is go get frozen vegetables, put them in the freezer. You can have them for a couple of weeks, and it's not going to, you go get regular produce, it might be bad in 2 or 3 days. Go get the frozen stuff, you're going to have it for a while. Someone there that's saying, well, crap, I bet you all the frozen vegetables are gone, because I'm not the only one thinking that. Hell no. No one's touched them. No one's touched any of the frozen vendors. Nothing frozen has been touched. The entire thing of I was like, these are the things that you probably want to go get. So, Chloe, I ask you this is, in Ohio, we kind of hear what Mike's saying. In Arkansas, it's kind of, in Texas, I mean, is it kind of the same in Texas, or is it just weird?
Thank God we still have Bluebell, right? Because we know what kind of riots that causes, right? So at least there's Bluebell in the fridge.
Outside the South doesn't understand. Bluebell ice cream is.
We can do without the toilet paper. We're fine. The Chef Boyardee, we're fine. Pasta, but you lose Bluebell in the grocery stores, and Texas is going ballistic at that point. It's like you've never seen. So no, same thing. I noticed the same thing. I've been in the last week or so. I stay away from the big stores, but the little local grocery store anyway. And I've noticed an uptick in their business, and, talk to the manager, talk to some people that work there and whatnot. And it makes sense. It's not, the stuff like you're talking about, for the most part, especially toilet paper, hand sanitizer, paper towels, things like that. That kind of stuff's gone. As far as milk and eggs and stuff like that, they're getting trucks in on a pretty regular basis. And most of the shoppers, I walked around and I kind of noticed what was in people's carts. And like I said, talked to a couple of the employees and the manager. I know them all anyway. And it's because the schools are out. People are having to work from home. There's more people in the house, during the day and all that kind of stuff. So a lot of it is just regular grocery items. Nobody's really hoarding anything, but it does make the lines longer. And you're talking about a little, I don't want to say a mom and pop, but it's a small company. Small Texas, let's say regional based company. So not a big company, not a lot of checkouts, not a lot of employees, things like that. And I actually called yesterday. Yeah, I had to run to town yesterday. I actually called yesterday morning because I heard they were going to close. And so I called up there because I wanted to make sure it's, everybody knows I don't live in any kind of closing
or just closing early, or what?
They were closing for the day or for a few hours during the day or whatever. And I called and I asked her, were they open? And she kind of laughed and said, yeah. And I'm like, okay, well, somebody had told me. And she's like, no, a lot of other big stores are doing that. Like the Walmarts now, they're closing it from 11 to 6 in the morning or something, stuff like that. And she says, no, we're good. And they foresee being good, unless some people from surrounding larger cities start to move in and try to hoard up stuff. But it's not that bad around here. Not as far as groceries and staple items and stuff like that goes.
So I'll tell you this, and we're going to talk about things that we can do to entertain our since we're home. And if you're a sports person, there's no sports to watch. So what the hell are we going to do? One of the things, and kind of going back into people watching at Walmarts or grocery stores in general, but Walmarts are going to give you, or Targets or whatever, the Kmart's, whatever your big box super center is in your area, they're going to give you the best opportunity to see just batshit crazy people. Here's the thing. You don't even have to go inside. You don't even have to get out of your car. Pull up in your car, sit in the back of, or get as close to the park, in the middle of the parking lot where you can kind of see back behind you and the front of the store, and just watch people go crazy in the parking lot. Not only trying to find a parking place, not only do they come out of Walmart with 3 carts full of whatever the hell they've got, but then trying to watch them fit all this stuff into a Ford Pinto is hilarious. I mean, you've got 3 carts and you put them into like a little Nissan Versa thing that's got a little hatchback. There's no way in hell all this stuff is fitting the car. It's entertaining in itself. You've got to do it. It's fun. Turn the video camera on. I mean, you want to see just craziness in general, go to a Walmart parking lot and have fun. So there are some questions out here. I want to get on Bucks real quick. He said, what does the ammo, I guess I'm talking about the ammo supply, I guess. What does the ammo look like in your area? He actually says, what does the ammo look like in your area? I'm going to assume that it looks just like the ammo in your area, brass casings, lead projectiles, possibly a polymer projectile. I don't know. Nickel plated brass. I mean, it looks a lot like it would in your area, although he lives about half an hour from me. As far as supplies go, my local gun shop, this is the kind of year they starting to slow down because hunting season's over and all that, but not so much. It kind of looks like that. Just like but my ammo in Arkansas looks kind of like the ammo in Ohio, apparently. But no, the supplies are dramatically. Hey, a little Tula 7.62 by 39.
Wolf.
Oh, Wolf. Okay, looks like Tula. I shoot a lot of Tula steel cased 7.62, but yeah, I think everywhere. And interestingly enough, as I talked to the owner today, I called him on the phone to see what all he had. I don't need any right now, but I mean, if I think he's going to run out, he's putting orders in and all that. But he's been selling some guns also, and I think maybe it was Clover. Was it last night you were talking, or someone was talking last night, last couple of days? But a lot of people that are buying guns aren't like us. They're first-time gun buyers, and not because they're worried about, having to go conceal carry. They're worried about if they've stocked up on toilet paper and water and other things. They're no shit. They're worried about people breaking into their homes to steal their stockpiles. So it's a real thing. So Clover, start with you. Have you heard from the local gun shops about ammo supplies?
Yeah, absolutely. And as far as the big stores, there's some rationing going on. There's some limits being set. The local shops they're not really doing that yet, but they're out. 9mm, you forget it, can't be found. 5.56, 223, whatever you want to call it, for the most part, gone, can't be found. There's some larger handgun caliber stuff, when you get into the rimmed cartridges and revolver stuff and hunting bolt action, let's say, type ammunition, things like that. You can still find now. What is interesting, and this is something that we went through, the gun shop that I actually kind of worked through, Full Mag Sports, is ammunition manufacturer as well. And for quite a few years now, they thank goodness, I mean, they didn't sell their machinery, but they did move it to the back room. And I actually talked to the owner, I think it was Sunday. I talked to him, and he was talking about potentially breaking out the machines, setting them up, moving them, setting them up, and kicking up ammunition production again. Because that is one thing with this that I think is different than what we went through with 2013. With 2013, this time I think you have a larger swell of first-time firearm owners. And you have a lot of, because of 2013, you have a lot of new people, even from 2013. That's 7 years in, but they're not lifelong firearm people. right?
And they haven't gone and stockpiled ammo
Right.
and all that.
Right. So when you look at that at a bigger picture, I think a lot of the reloading supplies are going to be safe. Whereas that started to become an issue back in 2013. I think with this, I think we're going to be safe. So if you ever thought about reloading, now would be a good time to pick up that hobby, I think.
Right.
Yeah, no kidding.
Before Budget jumps in, I got a super chat from HBO Matt. Thank you so much for the super chat. It says, after Hurricane Harvey, only food at HEB was tofu. Now, so my wife's Japanese. I think most of you guys know that. She loves tofu. To me, it really doesn't taste like it takes on whatever taste that you surround it with, whatever stuff, but the texture is just god awful. It's nasty. For me, I can't do it, but I guess if I had to, whatever. My wife would like that, but thanks God for HBO Matt. Now, I do want to say something like this because this is Travis out there being funny as hell. I don't have this problem. Clover doesn't have this problem. But it says, since he's tall, it seems that his part-time job at the grocery store is helping little old ladies get stuff off the top shelves. If you and Clover need my services, let me know. There you go.
I carry a ladder around. I'm good. Thanks, though. Bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah. I actually carry repelling rope so I can.
Well, I've got the special edition.
But then I get to repel down. It's awesome.
I've got the special edition Batman grappling hook, but I've got to find some. I got to find some cartridges. I got to find some cartridges for it. Yeah, they haven't.
Oh man,
they haven't made cartridges since like the 70s or something for that thing. So I got to try to fashion something.
You can fabricate it somehow.
Sure.
Possibly. Yeah. Budget. Off air, we were talking a little bit about your local gun shop and some of the craziness that's happened there. So talk a little bit what's going on in Ohio.
My local gun shop, Spoon CCW, go check them out. They're on YouTube as well, SPHONS. They got cleaned out this weekend of ammo. He told me that they're pretty much, their shelves are bare. They had a run this past weekend. The ammunitionstore.com is an online retailer, but their physical location is in the next town over. Well, a couple towns over. It's in Massillon, Ohio, and you can go pick up orders there. So that's what I generally do. I'll order online from them and then go pick it up to save on the shipping. That was the second gun shop I stopped at today. The first one was Fin Feather Fur Outfitters. They're a local chain. They have stores in several local cities, and the one in Canton had a line out the door and around the building. So I didn't even try to go in. I knew full well I wasn't getting any 9mm if I walked in there. So yeah, didn't even bother. I just took video and kept on driving. But when I got to the ammunition store, I was talking to the lady there. Normally you go in and it's got, basically a big closet is what it is the size of their entryway. And you go up to the window and you hand them your ID and they bring your order out to you. They're not even letting you go in there. Apparently yesterday they had a couple thousand people show up and they had a line snaking all the way around the parking lot. And it was like that today too, but it had petered out by the time I got there. Thankfully, I just went up and got my stuff and left after I talked with the lady for a while. So it's just nuts, man. Everybody thinks that they're not going to be able to get any ammo or anything. It's, it's the end of the world,
And when we all know, we all saw, I'm sure, that our good friends over at Cheaper Than Dirt really had a field day. $35 for a 20-pack of Tula Steel K762 by 39.
$1,000.
Shit.
Almost $1,000 for a case of Lake City. They're nuts. Nobody, and I mean nobody, should buy so much as a piece of used bubble gum from those people.
Right.
We need to put them out of business.
Clover's biting his tongue right now because he's got stories of Cheaper Than Dirt. But
yeah, told you.
Yeah.
For anybody out there, that's new to this game, told you. Been telling people for back even before 2013. I've been telling people that Cheaper Than Dirt has a consistent history. Just get online, get on some of the forums, just Google it. I know several friends and even myself that's run into issues. And I mean, they have it anytime the government anything is uttered about a scare or a ban they jack prices up every single time. And not only will they jack prices up, I seen somebody out there in chat had mentioned that they had ordered some stuff from Cabela's and they canceled their order. Well, that can happen. That can happen because there can be inventory flaws. There can be other things, especially when there's a massive run. And I had that. Matter of fact, when we sold the Ghost and Clover sticker things, I had that happen even on my little system. It went over by 2, and luckily we had some extras, right? But so I mean that can happen. And Cabela's, I don't have an issue with them. I've never seen anything, but Cheaper Than Dirt has a record, and I've actually seen it to where they would it would be in stock. It would say it was be ready to ship, whatever, hadn't shipped yet, but ready to ship, and then canceled. And then you call them, and this happened personally, and then you call them up and say, hey, what's the deal? And they go, oh, well, the price was wrong, but if you want to pay double the price, we'll go ahead and ship it. And you've already ordered it. It was already the payment had processed. It was being ready to ship and everything else, and it canceled. It wasn't like they didn't have it. It's that, oh, now it's that. So, and I also remember back, because I made a killing on this. I made a killing. I don't mind admitting it. I think it was fair market value.
You're the guy,
guy
who's buying the pallet of water and selling it out in the parking
lot
for $20.
Not really, but I got lucky. And since I got lucky, I took advantage. But back 2013, it was about a month before the Sandy Hook thing hit. And I was in one of my local gun shops. They got a smoking deal on PMags, on 30-round PMags. At this time, I think it was the Gen 2s, maybe. It's irrelevant. But they got a smoking deal where the PMags, if I bought a case, because these guys bought like 10 cases of PMags.
So how many in a case?
24, I want to say,
Okay.
or I don't remember now, but there was quite a few. But anyway, I wanted to get like 5 or 6, right? And they said, tell you what, since we've got so many here, we'll sell you a case for what we gave for it. And it come out to like $3.50 a magazine.
Wow.
Oh my.
And so I bought a case. Yeah. Like I said, again, I don't remember exactly how many, somewhere between like 20 and 50 was in a case.
Right.
And then like a month later, Sandy Hook hit, and I had never even opened the case. And I watched literally Cheaper Than Dirt. Watched Cheaper Than Dirt go from like $13.99 or $14.99 or something 25 to like 50, I think $49.99, I think, overnight. And then within a week, it was like $80, like $79.99.
Didn't they get up to like $129 for a 30?
They got pretty expensive. So when I seen that first jump, I went and found my case of PMags. And I took to Gun Broker and I put them up for $19.99 a piece. I figured that was fair. Figured that was, regular price on Cheaper Than Dirt. Any other day of the week was, like I said, $13.99, $14.99, something like that. And I figured, hey, can't get them anymore. I looked into it. I had, call it foresight, call it luck, call it whatever. But, hey, we live in a capitalist economy. I don't think that so I think supply and demand, an extra $5 is not a big deal. And I sold every one of them.
But you know what? That's fine. That's capitalism. That's what our country's built on. But this other thing is horrific. Case in point.
Yeah.
Case in point, those dudes with the 17,000 bottles of sanitizer that they paid $376 for, and we're selling them for $80 a piece.
Yeah.
That's beyond. That's Cheaper Than Dirt ridiculous.
Now a few things I did put
Morals of Dirt, actually.
I've always been big into 380. I mean, everybody knows that. So 380 was one of the ammunitions back then too that you just couldn't find, right? And so I had
9 or 22 either.
The Winchester white box, the 100 round, bulk pack, whatever you want to call it, of 380. I had a couple thousand rounds of that, and so I had all my reloading stuff. That was just like surplus for me. I just picked it up a little at a time, whatever. I did take some of that as well. I can't remember what the retail at the time was, like less than $25 a box. And rather than pricing that, what I did, because again, the pea bags I did, I set a price on. The ammo, I thought, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to put it out there and let the market dictate. And so I put it up on Gunbroker, and they sold for $80 plus a box. I didn't get over 100 for one, but every single one that I put up ended up auction style. That's what people were willing to pay. Brought over $80 a box. Now, the other thing that I sold, lucked out at the time. I was really heavy. And this will tell you how long I've been around the AR world, right? Because the AR craze kind of set off with Sandy Hook in 2013. Yeah. But I was way ahead of the curve even then. I had lowers here and parts just out the wazoo and everything else. So another thing that I did is I started slapping together complete lowers. And throwing them up. At that time, you could throw them up on want ads and the internet and forums and boards and different things. And yeah, I sold a Spikes Tactical that I remember, completed lowered. I don't remember the stock that was in it, the trigger and the other stuff. It was stuff I had laying around, I think, for like $850. That's what I ended up getting for that. And a New Frontier. Get this, a complete. I think this was a complete lower at the time. New Frontier had sort of just started making their poly lowers. This was a second gen. The first gen was not near as good. There was some flaws. This was a second gen. And I want to say it was a complete lower that I had just laying around. I want to say, because I've got a couple or maybe even 3 rifles. And I think I bought, like a 3-pack or 4-pack or something of receivers at the time. And I had it laying around. It brought upwards of $500.
Wow.
Going through some of this. FNH says
toilet paper prices.
Right. FNH says, who here knows someone that waited till the last minute to buy guns, ammo, or both? I mean, I think that people are still doing it. So, I mean, I don't know if it's the last minute or not, but like I said, it's interesting. So we've talked guns kind of, sort of. We've got our fix in for the night. Let's have some fun. So, assuming that we're going to be primarily trying either quarantine for whatever reason, or just trying to stay away from big crowds the next couple of weeks, I was talking with Clover and someone else, if I'm Netflix or Hulu or Prime Video, these people are making an absolute fortune this month because people are sitting at home trying to figure out. So, if you're going to binge watch, and this is for the chat as well. Let's kind of give some people out there watching or listening, what are some good shows that you guys would say, hey, if you haven't checked this out, this is a great show to binge watch. Budget, can you name a 1 or 2 that you would think that, hey, this might be a good binge-worthy show?
The Boys. If you're talking funny stuff, The Boys on Amazon Prime.
Okay, what's it about?
It's a superhero show, but the superheroes are jerks.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. And, in the first episode, it's not really a spoiler. The protagonist, his girlfriend gets killed because she steps out in the street when, like, the show's analog of The Flash comes running past and runs right through her.
Dead.
Oh, all over him dead. And it goes downhill from there. It's a great show. Love it.
Right. Chloe, what about you? Can you think of it off the top of your head, a good binge-worthy show?
Yeah, I mean, if you've got time, and I think you'll attest to this, if you've got time and you're sort of quarantined and you ain't got absolutely nothing better to do, because there's a lot of seasons and they're long, Gotham, especially if you're into superhero origin stories, Gotham is pretty awesome.
And I'm not into superhero origin stories, but you kind of got me on Gotham. And I want to say like each season is like 20 some odd episodes, and I watched 2.
And they're an hour long.
And they're good, and they're hour long. I mean, it's going to give you all the time in the world that you want to watch, and they're good. They really
imagine something like, to me, this is what, you can tell me your feel, I guess, Ghost, but to me, it was kind of like a True Detective or Law and Order or something like that, or an NYPD Blue with superhero backstory to it.
Yeah, and a little darker. Yeah.
Oh, it was definitely dark. Yeah.
The premise of this is you meet Detective Gordon when he's first a detective. This is prior to Joker, prior to, and all that. But you see the people that will become Joker, Penguin, all these people, but you see them as young and how they developed into these people. But Gordon is, and at this point, I think Bruce is a kid.
Mhm.
He's like a 12-year-old or 13-year-old. But Gordon's like
that was Detective Gordon's first case, was the Wayne murder.
Right.
So
was the Wayne murder. Exactly. Yeah. So that's kind of cool. And it's good. It is really good. Some out from the chat. Westworld. I've heard of it, obviously. I'd never have started Westworld. Either one of you guys watch Westworld? I've never watched it.
You've never watched it?
I've
Holy
never
cow,
watched
yes, watch it. Oh,
okay,
yeah.
what's it about? I mean,
I'll tell you right
about.
now, season one is absolutely positively 100% confusing as hell until about 3/4 of the way through it. Then it becomes absolutely awesome because you understand, oh, that's what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, I've never watched it.
Totally great. A lot of nudity. Don't watch it with the kids. No. Do not watch it with the kids. There's tons of nudity. But it's a great show. Another one I saw that I didn't think of was Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. That's an awesome show too. Watch that. If you're a Marvel fan, watch that.
I think Chloe was talking about that last night.
What's fun about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is downloading. You get online and find it, but download or get online and find the timeline of the Marvel movies and keep that in mind and in reference while you're watching S.H.I.E.L.D., because you'll see things pop up and you'll think, oh, well, while this is going on with Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., this is happening with the Avengers, or this is happening with Iron Man. This is where Tony Stark's at. This is, and it's neat how it's interwoven into the MCU.
I got you. Yeah, I have to go check it out for sure. I can't remember who said it, but someone mentioned Dexter. Now, I think I told Clover about this a few months ago. Dexter, I've watched the entire series. When I've
watched everything but the last half episode. I don't know why. I need to watch that episode again, but I've watched everything but the last half of the last episode. Don't ask me why.
You don't know how it ends.
It's like I don't want it to end. Maybe
I understand.
In my mind, I want to think that it never ended.
I hear you. Dexter's awesome. It was an HBO thing. I can't remember if it's on Netflix or if it's on Hulu.
I think it's Netflix.
Whatever it is. Go check out Dexter. The premise is hilarious. So Dexter is a serial killer whose day job is a forensic scientist for the Miami Police Department who's trying to catch the serial killer. So
he's a blood spatter analysis expert.
He's a blood spatter analysis expert, and it's great. It's comical. It's also very, very dark. It kind of does everything, but it is great. I think I want to say there was 5 or 6 seasons of it.
Yeah,
maybe more. But they're great watches also. So Dexter is definitely one.
He's a serial killer that only kills serial killers.
Right. Okay. So I'm not going to give it away, but he was raised by a cop who found him, and he realized quickly this kid has seen a lot in his life. He's got issues mentally. He's killing animals as a young child, and he knows he's going to graduate into bigger things. And so he says, look, if you're going to do this, instead of trying to sequester him and keep him inside and stop him, we're going to allow him to do this, but we're going to give him rules. And he teaches him basically a list of rules that if a person does not check the box on all of these different items, then he's off the limits. The basis for people that have gotten away with murder or been released from jail for the wrong reason and they're back out and he knows they're going to hurt other people. So he's a serial killer with kind of morals, if you want to call him that. It's a great show. Really is a great show. But just the premise of a serial killer whose day job is a forensic blood spatter analyst for a police department who's trying to catch the serial killer is great. There's a lot of people in there that are phenomenal. I'm a big Jimmy Smits fan. Jimmy Smits is in there for a couple seasons, so it is great. Let's see here. Budget brought up another one just on the private chat. I'm a big Kerry Russell fan, but go ahead and talk about this one.
The Americans. You can watch it on Amazon Prime. They are this is set back in the 80s in the height of the Cold War. A height of the end of the Cold War when it was just about ready to when we defeated them. And they are sleeper agents. They're a family, a husband and wife who are sleeper agents, are Soviet agents, and they're spying on America. And it's about the kind of things that they do, and it really goes deep into the character development of these two, and it's awesome. And if you're a Kerry Russell fan, oh my, you must watch.
Yeah,
absolutely must watch.
She's
awesome
great
show, man.
Yeah, it is. I'm seeing some others out there. Blacklist. I never did watch Blacklist, but I've heard it's wonderful. Have you guys ever watched Blacklist? Either one of you? No. Let's see here.
I really enjoyed another one. I think I've talked about it before. Yeah. Winona Earp.
Yeah, I watched like the first maybe 1 or 2 episodes, and it was good. I didn't continue on, but yeah, I heard it.
Takes a little bit to understand the premise, but then once you kind of understand the
sci-fi-ish though, yeah.
Oh yeah, it's totally like fantasy sci-fi interwoven with like a modern western.
Right. Let's see here. Zeke's out there. What's up, Zeke? Warsaw says, I've watched The Americans. A lot of sex scenes though. Like that's a bad thing? No. Kerry Russell, a sex scene? Fantastic. I'm in. Let's see here. Trying to think here. There are other ones. I'm watching one right now.
Oh, how the hell could I have forgotten that, Sandhills?
Is Homeland. It's on Hulu. And if you guys ever watched Homeland with Claire Danes, she's CIA, and it's just the life of a CIA agent, but she's bipolar. It's not funny. It's dark at times, but she's bipolar CIA deep operative that sometimes she gets off her meds and can be really interesting. If you're looking for a comedy over on Hulu, and I've told Clover this many, many times, I don't know if I've told, but I've told a lot of people, if you just like just dumb ass fun, just half hour, knock them out quickly shows, go check out Letterkenny over on Hulu. I will guarantee you will laugh your ass off. Letterkenny is hilarious. I'm not going to lie. The first episode, you'd be like, what the hell is this? But once you kind of get it, you're like, oh, this is the funniest damn thing I've ever seen in my life. So Letterkenny's phenomenal. Now, you said you got another one there, budget?
Firefly. If you like sci-fi, if you like westerns, this is both of them. It's absolutely awesome. It did not do well when it was out on Fox. A couple reasons. They played with the time slots and they aired the episodes out of order and whatnot, and people just didn't get it. But it's had an absolutely raging cult following ever since. It is freaking awesome. Watch Firefly. That's all I'm going to say. If you like witty repartee and banter, watch this show. It's great.
Is that on Amazon or Netflix or where?
I'm not sure. I don't remember where. I was just looking on Netflix to see if it was on there. I don't know.
It's called Firefly streaming. It says that it is on Hulu.
Okay.
It's on a lot of them, but it says it's on Hulu right now. You can pay for it on Prime and all of that, but it's if you have the Hulu subscription, it's on Hulu right now. So,
there you go.
Let's see here. Yeah, there's a lot of great ones out there. So we've kind of covered binge watching TV shows or and all that. For people that are out there that may not watch TV or may not want to, they do podcasts. We can talk about gun podcasts, but I listen to a lot of podcasts. Most of the things that I listen to or watch are not gun related. So do you guys have any suggestions for people that like podcasts that, okay, now I've got a lot of time to listen to podcasts. Let's go try to maybe expand what we're doing. Are there any ones that you guys would suggest? Doesn't matter what genre.
Well, I think more than expanding. I mean, and this can go to podcasts, this can go to videos, this can go to whatever. I think now's the time. I mean, a lot of times we get busy and we don't have time, and that's fine. But if it's something to where you're sitting around, you don't have anything to do, and you've now got the time, the stuff that you already like and you already listen to or watch, go back through the archives. Go back through those people's other stuff, because a lot of times we find out about somebody and we stay pretty up to date on what they're doing from the time we find them forward, but seldom do we go back and look at the catalog, all of the evergreen content and stuff like that. So that's a suggestion I would make, instead of looking for new shows, stuff you're already familiar with, things you follow, things you like and that entertain you or inform you or whatever. Back up through their catalog and start working your way through it.
So I'm sure we've all done this, and this was 2 nights ago. Would that be Sunday night? Yeah, Sunday night. I went down. Oh my God, I went down the YouTube wormhole. I was on YouTube from 9:30 at night till 2 o'clock in the morning and didn't realize it. Anybody ever done that? It was 2 o'clock in the morning. I looked down at my watch. I said, oh my God. And I was watching stupid, funny shit, like funniest like game show blooper answers. I mean, and if you guys haven't ever watched the Family Feud with Steve Harvey, just go to YouTube. Not now, damn it. Not now. But eventually go over to YouTube and search like Steve Harvey bloopers for Family Feud, and just his facial expressions and some of the answers that are given in some of these are hilarious. But I stayed on that. I was listening to some music, watching concerts, obviously watching a couple of other different videos. Got into like the Britain's Got Talent, like best and worst auditions. I mean, I went down like the absolute rabbit hole of YouTube, and I was on for like almost 6 hours, and I had no idea. Budget, what about you? Videos, channels, or podcasts? Anyone that you recommend? Maybe
if you want a lot of podcasts to watch, go check out the archives of the In the Rabbit Hole podcast. It's a survival / preparedness podcast.
there you go.
It would seem pretty germane to today's times. Might want to watch that one. It was really good. It's been a while since I've listened to it. Apparently it's not in production any longer. So just go check out their archives. You can get to it by searching In the Rabbit Hole podcast on Google, and it'll come up. The last couple of days, though, I've been watching Missing 411. It's a video, 2 videos, the Missing 411 and then Missing 411 The Hunted. It's about odd disappearances in our national parks.
Interesting.
And stuff that just don't add up. Or if they do add up, they add up to something that most people don't want to think about. You can rent them on Amazon Prime, or is it you can rent them here on YouTube? I can't remember. I think you can rent them on YouTube. It's like $3-4 a piece to watch. Well worth it if you're into that kind of weird, creepy stuff, like I am. I've been watching a lot of I've been watching a lot of Bigfoot documentaries and stuff lately, and they're by a guy called David Paulides. And he's written several books on the subject of the strange, unexplained disappearances, and it's really cool. And if you happen to be in the Bigfoot thing, check out Bob Gimlin, Gymlan, his channel. Great. You guys talk about budget's got a great voice. I'm not a crumb of crap compared to this guy's voice. Watch him, Bob Gimlin, Gymlan. Great stuff.
I will. Let's see here. G23's out there, and I haven't been getting any notifications, and I just checked. I am a subscriber to your channel. Maybe I have to look at my notifications, but G23 says he's been doing live streams on Saturday at 6 Eastern. Started those up. So Saturday at 6 Eastern. Go check out G23. Good dude. And looking forward. I'll have to go back. Well, tonight or tomorrow, I might go back and watch or listen to the last one. So absolutely. Pink says that I've been hoarding crayons. No,
That can't happen. You would eat them as
I've
fast as you get.
I've moved to Sharpies. My wife said I was getting wax poisoning, so now I've moved on to Sharpies. So I like the smell of Sharpies. So sorry. Plus all the crayons were gone. I must live in a very marine rich community that all the crayons were gone. Let's see here. Let's see. I just saw something. Oh, Stan over at SS Pawn says he watches reviews and it ends up costing him money. I understand. I understand is all of that. So I'm gonna have fun with this one. Let's have some fun with this one. If you're gonna be quarantined, okay. Now I want to preface this by saying you can't have any of your family members, wife, kids, parents, anyone that's related to you, can't be there. You're going to be quarantined for the next 2 weeks, and you get one person to be quarantined with. Who would that be? I'm going to give you time to think about it. I want to hear your answers out in the chat as well.
Okay, we're talking anybody on the planet at all.
Anybody. That's alive. That's
living. Sure.
Anybody on the planet. If you could have one person that you could be quarantined with for 2 weeks,
wow,
who would it be?
This could get dirty quick. So get your mind out of the gutter, folks. Get your minds out of the gutter,
or not. It's up to you. But while y'all are thinking on that, I was, interesting thing was I have about a 20-minute drive from home to work every day, each way. And so I usually, when I get in the car, my car is usually on ESPN radio and I listen to whatever talking head show is on. And it's been hilarious the last couple mornings and nights. When you get in your car, they have to continue doing these podcasts because they're being paid to do these podcasts. So these guys are not in the studio anymore. So you can definitely tell the equality has gone down because they're using earbuds instead of a true microphone. So the sound quality is not as great because they're at home now. They have to stay at home and do this. But it's hilarious to hear a 2-hour talk show, a sports radio talk show, when there's no sports. Talk about going down rabbit holes. It's hilarious because these guys are trying to do anything they can to figure out exactly what they're going to talk about for 2 or 3 hours when there's no sports to talk about. So it's gotten kind of funny. And this question I heard this morning, and they actually ended up doing a bracket. They had callers call in and do brackets and say, okay, our 1 seed is Kate Upton versus the 16 seed, which is whoever. And they actually did votes on a bracket of who would be the best person. So I thought that's a great question. So we're going to talk about this tonight. So I'm going to start with budget. Anyone living in the world, you get one person to be quarantined with for 2 weeks. Who is that person?
My first answer would be nobody, because I don't like a whole lot of people well enough to be cooped up with them for 2 weeks. And those I do like, I wouldn't want to subject them to being cooped up with me for 2 weeks.
That's fair. That's fair.
But then I thought a little bit about it, and I have to say Mike Bloomberg. Because it would be Thunderdome. 2 men enter, 1 man leave.
Interesting. I would have never seen that side coming. So interesting. Mike Bloomberg. Interesting. 7 says, I have no choice. Wife is working from home for the next 3 weeks. No, this is I don't want to call this a fantasy thing. I guess it could be, but yeah. Clove, have you got one figured out yet?
Yeah, I've got one. It's one of them things where, this could, I've been going over it in my head. I'm thinking of things like a historian, right? I'm thinking, who do I know that's got awesome stories and is you could really learn a lot from, right? Over 2 weeks, or some type of a scientist or so, and a name popped into my head just out of the blue thinking about this. And I thought, that would probably be a laugh riot for 2 weeks. Norm Macdonald.
Oh, Norm Macdonald. Yeah. Good God. Yes.
I think 2 weeks would fly. I think 2 weeks would fly by with,
he's one of my favorite comedians for sure. Yeah. So Screaming Skull Saloon says Jennifer Connelly. Yeah, that's a good one. G23 says his last live stream was over 4 hours long. I may not watch all of it. Not gonna lie to you. Probably not gonna make 4 hours. We'll see though. Let's see here. Gabriel says Carrie Russell. Very excellent choice. G23's kissing ass. He says my wife. I already prefaced it by saying no family, no wives, no kids. So quick kiss. His wife must be right next to him. Or it might have been his wife who typed that. So you never know. Jay Monty's got a sick sense of humor, says Betty White. Although that would be kind of funny.
She'd be entertaining.
I bet you she would be, I agree. She would be entertaining, funny, and I can guarantee you she has a ton of stories.
Oh, about a lot of people.
So that may be a better one than it sounds. And we probably not going to have her around that much longer. So to get to hear those stories.
She's 90 something, isn't she? She's 90 something.
She's up there.
User says whoever I'm quarantined with would have to be a deaf mute. It's funny. Let's see here. I thought this would be different. This is a real issue. Have New York Outcasts. I thought this show would be different. This is a real issue. Have a great night. I guess we pissed them off for having fun. So later, bro. Try not to be so damn serious right now. So peace. Later. Andrew says I choose Pancake Boy. He can cook up some good food. I mean, I get the whole food thing of it, but it's still Pancake Boy. So I mean, I don't know. Let's see here. Sandhills. Am I missing someone? I'm trying to go back up here. Sorry. Sandy says about day number 2 with no sports on TV. I noticed a pretty lady on the couch with me. Apparently she's my wife. She seems nice. Yeah, I've had that revelation. Apparently I have a wife as well. It's amazing when you find out when you don't watch TV. Actually, I don't watch TV a whole lot aside from binge watching, but we turned our cable off or satellite off, I don't know, a year or so ago. So, and I haven't really missed it, to be honest with you. Tara Smith says I was temporarily quarantined and questioned and checked out today by the medical people. I was loading and someone reported me for coughing. It's like the Gestapo snitches. Yeah, I mean, especially if you've had like a confirmed case, probably in your county or your city or something. Yeah, people are gonna go crazy.
Oh man, my wife works for the state, works for the prison system, right? And so she was looking at something or listening to a thing from like the head of the Bureau of Prisons or whoever the old dude is. I don't know, but ultimately her boss, I guess, or whatever, right? And he was talking about the prison systems and how they were going to do things and blah, blah, blah. And they're fixing to institute where there's basically somebody taking your temperature and asking a questionnaire on shifts that come on.
We do that.
And then also, like, if you're going out of state or anything like that, you have to get permission from like a supervisor to travel out of state, and then just a bunch of craziness with the job.
We're screening everybody in our building like that now. And staff, visitors, of which we're not really we're only allowing necessary visitors in, court personnel, stuff like that. As far as visits, family visits, verboten, no way.
Yeah. And there's something about if there was a threshold. It was a really weird threshold for temperature. And they were like, okay, anybody coming in gets their temperature taken. And if it was over like 100.3 or I don't remember, something like that.
I want to say the hospitals here locally have gone like 99.5 or 99.8 or something. It's just under 100.
See, it depends on that a lot of that depends on the person though. That's what's weird. Is I guess I'm kind of cold-blooded in a way, because at 99, I'm burning up. I mean, I feel it that I've got a fever.
Right. Pink out there is referring to budgets. Mike Bloomberg says, no, that would be 1.5 men enter. So, Bloomberg, I can't say Bloomberg's probably my height. So, user says he's been social distancing for over a decade. Get out of the house, bro. Get out of the house. Just kidding. Some people have. Some people that just don't. I don't like people, to be honest with you. For most of the time, I just don't like people. I've got enough friends. I enjoy being around people that are friends of mine, but I'm in no mood to small talk or make friends with people that I really just don't give a shit about. I mean, it sounds mean and cruel. I just don't have the time, the patience. I don't have the energy, by God, to be social anymore. If you want to be around, cool. If not, cool. It's really what it is. Let's see here. Me Too on Tube says, I just want 5 minutes with Hillary Clinton. It take 5 minutes? Oh, I'm sorry. He's talking about another 5 minutes. Best 5 minutes of your life, kid.
I don't know. Look how often Bill went elsewhere. That's not a ringing endorsement.
True. Bill, yeah. Thank God he was president, because he is not the most attractive dude in the world either.
Oh.
All right, so 7 says, okay, then probably Jennifer Aniston. I got to figure out why dudes keep leaving her.
I know, right?
That is weird, though, isn't it? I mean, she's definitely one of the most beautiful. I like smoking hot, especially for a 50-year-old, smoking hot. But yeah, she's got really shitty luck with keeping guys. I'd be interested to know that too.
A lot of it is just.
I wouldn't mind being her next ex.
A lot of it is just not, looking for the wrong things.
Yeah. I think Brad Pitt really fucked her up when he left her for.
I think she was really. I think she was
everything off. Yeah,
I think she was way more involved in that relationship and stuff with Brad than Brad was with her. I mean, like the head over heels, really infatuated.
Family, give up my career for a family with you type thing.
And Brad was not in that place, and when it broke it, I think it messed her up. I think you're right.
Let's see here. The prescription is more cowbell. Yes. That guy's wife says 101.3 and all visitation was halted last week statewide. It's nice to see our Minty out there. I don't know if she can. I'm not rubbing my nipple, just saying. I'm just pointing. I'm wearing your shirt, kid. I'm wearing your shirt. So.
You don't point in a circular motion. I'm just saying.
Oh, my bad.
You can do an arc with it or something, but not.
Do I make you Ronnie, baby? Do I make you Randy? Let's see here. I don't even want to go down that road. Just don't answer that. Okay. All right. So G23 took mine for a woman. Jessica Alba, hands down. Jessica Alba could be the most. Her and Mila Kunis are probably like my two favorite. Just they're natural, they're gorgeous, but everything I've seen or heard about them, like off camera, is like they're just really cool people. So Jessica Alba, Mila Kunis, yeah, I'm all in on Jessica Alba for sure. Midnight says, if you got Jennifer Aniston, you could open all your emergency canned goods with her chin. See, that's just messed up.
But hey,
Mia must be right next to him. That's why he's saying
multitasker. That's it.
Yeah,
ain't nothing wrong with that.
All right. So Seven Wonders says, which one, Jennifer Aniston or Halle Berry?
Yeah, see, I've got a range out behind the house, and I know that Halle Berry has been well trained at this point. Jennifer, not so much. So we could also have range days. So that could be cool.
These days, he's calling them range days these days.
I was trying to keep it clean and above board. Now, come on. Let's try the activities that don't involve that type of stuff. Come on.
I would have to say, I would have to say Halle Berry as well. What about you, Budget? If you had to choose between Jennifer Aniston and Halle Berry, It's tough, isn't it? I get it.
I think it's red ring of death here. I'm stuck in that logic loop. I can't make an answer on that. Yeah, that's it. I can't do it.
Yeah. Let's see here. Warsaw says if he was quarantined and it just happened to be with a famous actor or actress, it would be Anna Faris. Now, I'll say this. Anna Faris is hilarious. She would be fun as hell. I think she'd be a little annoying after a short time, though. But she is funny. I'll give you that. Let's see here. Yeah. Mila Kunis says, yeah, she's gorgeous. Well trained. Mia likes your stipulation on Halle Berry. She's well trained. Maybe she doesn't like that. I'm not really sure. She doesn't like Halle. She
Mila Kunis for 2 weeks. She'd end up murdering me. Because every time she opened her mouth, I'd have to tell her, "Shut up, Meg." I'd have to.
Well, here's the thing: if she can put up with Ashton Kutcher, you know she's a pretty patient person. Now, I like Ashton Kutcher. I think that I understand that he's a really awesome guy in real life too, and maybe that's why they're together now. But if it's Mila Kunis, I'm all in. If it's Jackie Burkhart, whole different issue.
Right.
Jackie Burkhart's voice would drive me up a damn wall. Michael, so I would not want Jackie Burkhart, but Mila, I definitely would. Oh, Caroline ADC says Charlize Theron. I forgot about Charlize Theron.
Nah. Anti-gun. Nah.
She's like 6'1", so that would just be awkward.
I thought you carry a ladder. A grappling hook.
No, that's him. That's Clover.
We went way down the rabbit hole here of chicks for some reason, hadn't we?
So let's talk about guys.
No, it's fine. I
don't judge.
Since we were talking about, we've narrowed it down. It can't be family. Now we narrowed it down. It can't be a dude. So, that's where my logic was going. And I had said Norm Macdonald earlier because I'm like, that could be a hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Women comics.
Okay. I would probably have to go. Oh, crap. What's her name? Liza. What's her name?
Liza Schlesinger?
Whatever. Yeah. Schlesinger or whatever her name is. Schlesinger. Yeah. She's hilarious. But if I have to go with one, just because I think she'd be a fucking riot, probably wouldn't understand anything that she says. Oh my God. Oh shit. What was Gene Wilder's wife's name? She was in Saturday Night Live. Gilda Radner. She would be funny as hell. I don't know if I could handle it for 2 weeks.
Gilda Radner still alive?
No, she died a long time ago. Yeah, I think she died a long time ago.
Yes.
Well, that's true. I had to say she's got to be living, don't I? Well, hell. All right, you guys go.
Kate McKinnon.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Possibly, yeah.
Tina Fey. I think she's hilarious.
I think that would potentially be a good one.
That would probably have to be mine. Yeah.
Tina Fey does not strike me as a fun person, though. Where Kate McKinnon strikes me as being a fun person. So there's a difference between a comic and you're funny, and what happens when you don't have it turned on all the time? Are you still a fun person to be around? I don't know that person.
That would get annoying to me. It'd be like that. That's why even if he were still alive, I'd never pick Robin Williams, because after day 2, it'd be like, no, enough. I would go nuts.
Well, I don't think Robin Williams is one of those that very seldom turned it off, though. And that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about when you turn it off, still being not funny, but being a fun person to be around still. You don't have to make jokes and whatever, but I don't know. I just see Tina Fey as having more of an attitude or something than Kate McKinnon.
I'm a little worried about Mia. So Caroline EDC says Charlize Theron. Mia says that she could get behind that. I don't know if that's. I don't understand what you mean by that. Midnight says Liza Minnelli. No. So what about Amy Poehler? I don't think she'd be my choice, but Amy Poehler she's kind of one of those seems to be fun, you know. I'd probably have to go with Liza Schlesinger because she's funny as hell. She acts like she's kind of fun. I could see Tina Fey. I really like Tina Fey. I really like, but but Amy Poehler would be fun as well, just because I think Amy Poehler is more of that Kate McKinnon. Like she's like the female Will Ferrell, like damn near do anything for a laugh, and that's kind of fun, you know. Let's see here. This roller skate girl from Brownell's retro ads. Can't remember her name. Is what Andrew thought. The roller skate girl from Brownell retro ads. You guys know about that? I don't know what that is.
I don't know.
All right. So Warsaw says, here's a question for you. If you were quarantined, would you rather be with Mark Wahlberg or Tom Cruise? Mark Wahlberg for sure.
Yeah,
Wahlberg's pretty fun. I think he'd be pretty funny.
Besides, we'd have to leave Tom Cruise to be in Roll Call's quarantine group.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I don't think Tom Cruise.
As long as we could have a CCTV link to that room, because that would be hilarious to watch.
Yes.
Tom Cruise is just a weird individual.
Yes, he is.
So at least Mark Wahlberg is he's semi-normal. You know, take away the fame and just throw him into everyday life.
He's a Boston sports dude, you know. Yeah, for sure. Plus, he's Marky Mark, so he's got that going on.
Right, cut a few new videos while you were, quarantined. Why not?
Talk about new videos with a guy. I that's not my thing.
Music videos.
All right. So let's go this way.
That went downhill quick.
Yes, it did. Let's go to guys and say, if there's a guy out there who would it be? Scientist, comedian, actor, athlete, whatever you want. Who's the one guy that you wouldn't mind being, not in a sexual way, but what's the one guy that you probably wouldn't mind being stuck with for 2 weeks?
Well, I already thrown that out there, so.
You did. So you're still picking Norm Macdonald. Caroline out there says Keanu Reeves. I like Keanu, but I think Keanu's pretty fucking boring in real life. That's what I mean.
I can't listen. I can't hardly watch his movies for the dumb look on his face. I sure as hell couldn't look at that for 2 weeks straight in quarantine. It's not gonna happen. I'd have to beat his head in with a frying pan while he slept or something.
Seven Wonder says Wahlberg, plus he'll get food delivered from his restaurant. True. HBO Matt says Gun Jesus, as long as you don't say Black Rambo. That dude's weird, bro. That dude, Black Rambo is a weird dude.
So how about we switch this up? How about we get?
I want to hear budgets first, real quick. Then we'll switch it up.
I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I don't know of anybody I like well enough. As I said earlier, anybody that I like well enough to be stuck with for 2 weeks, I wouldn't want to subject them to me for 2 weeks. So I don't know. Maybe Keanu Reeves, because he would sit down and just
quiet and boring.
Alone.
Sure. I might go with Will Ferrell, because Will Ferrell's hilarious. But Will Ferrell's actually very, very, very intelligent in real life. I mean, you could have some really cool, interesting conversations with him because he is really intelligent. So I think you could have the intellectual conversations, plus you could just let him go and be Will Ferrell. So I think I'd probably choose Will Ferrell. So what were you saying now, Clover? You want to?
Well, let's go that they don't have to be living.
Well, that brings up a whole. Okay, I already know who mine is. Go ahead.
No, if you know what it is, go ahead.
John Lennon, for sure. John Lennon, once again, he's a Beatle. He's also my favorite artist of all time. Once again, another very intelligent person who is very well read. So there could be some really cool conversations with that. John Lennon in a heartbeat. Yep. Budget. What about you?
Oh, wow.
And them being a spirit might help. They can just go away if you get bored of them too. So
I'll get back to you on that. I have to think about it.
all right.
Kind of float through the wall. I'm going Ben Franklin, man. I'm going Ben Franklin. I'm going old school.
It would be a fun one. Ben would be a fun one. Talking about a dude that could do it all. I mean,
right.
That whole group, Ben Franklin was older, but like Thomas Jefferson, John Adams, all those people don't realize these guys were in their 20s, early 30s when they did all this. So it'd be kind of interesting to talk to someone like that. There's a couple votes out there for Ryan Reynolds. Love Ryan Reynolds.
That would probably be a good one. Yeah.
Yeah. He's great. I love Ryan Reynolds. Not in a weird way. G23 brings up somebody that at first I said, what? And then I start thinking, interesting. He brings up Adolf. And I don't know if I would want to spend 2 weeks with Hitler or not. But the conversation would be interesting because there's a fine line of being brilliant and crazy. And I think he was on both sides of that line at one point in his life. Hitler would be an interesting one.
Einstein would be mine.
Einstein, but see, I wouldn't understand the fucking thing that dude said. So
well, that's why, because I would be trying to expand my mental horizons. And from what I understand, he was funny.
Yeah, that's what I hear that same thing. Nighthawks trying to kiss a little ass in 2 weeks with Trey. What a movie. No, nobody would want to see that. HBO Max says If They're Dead, John Moses Browning. That'd be kind of cool. I got another question. This would be interesting. Man. I had one and I just lost it. I'm not very smart, people. What was I gonna say? It'll come back because I thought it was a brilliant thing that we would have fun with. If you were stuck with Hitler, at least you'd have a place to stash your pineapples, Ghost. Ouch.
Right.
Yeah. No.
Wow.
Yeah, no. Liam Neeson has been mentioned. Burt Reynolds has been mentioned. Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I like watching Patrick Mahomes playing football. I don't know if I want to spend 2 weeks with a dude.
Right. He's quite a bit younger than,
Dale Jr. Dale Jr. could be interesting. Okay. So this will be a fun one. If you could pick one character, like a fictional character from a book or a TV show, who would for 2 week quarantine, what character, not the person who plays them, but the actual character, what character would you choose? I already know mine because I think it'd be hilarious. I'm going to pick Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. I think hanging out with Sheldon for 2 weeks would be an absolute blast.
That's a great one, actually.
I could drive his ass nuts for a couple weeks,
That's a great one. That's such a great one.
Yoda.
Yeah. Yoda. Ooh.
Right.
I didn't think of Yoda.
I want some enlightenment.
Damn you, budget. That's a great one. Ooh, that's a great one. Yoda. That'd be great.
Because he's another one who would know when to shut the hell up and just be.
That's true.
That's true. And if you ever did get sick, he could just take that shit away,
Right. Done.
Yeah, Yoda would be a great one too. Clover, are you still contemplating here? You look like you're having a whole time, man.
Tough one, man. Yeah. So I'm over here. Yeah. I don't know. Brain lock, man. I don't have a clue. There's so many.
Travis said that Mia said Burt Reynolds and got all dreamy eyes. See, I never quite understood the whole thing with Burt Reynolds. I'm sure that he was charming, and I just never understood Burt Reynolds as like this sex object. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. I didn't get it. Scott Pig says Malcolm Reynolds. Is that from like Malcolm in the Middle? I don't know.
From Firefly.
From Firefly. Okay.
I had thought about Malcolm Reynolds. I really did, but he's the kind of guy that might get irritated and just leave you tied up for a few days, bound and gagged, laying in the corner for a few days to teach you to shut the hell up. So, yeah.
Some people like that. I don't know.
Well, yeah, usually I have to pay extra for that, but
yeah, right. Warsaw says the character Raymond Reddington from the Blacklist. Now, is that what's his name? James Spader? Is that his character's name? I don't know. That's the only thing I know about Blacklist is James Spader, which I love James Spader, but Raymond Reddington from the Blacklist. G23 on a different story. We had 2 people murdered Sunday morning. What the hell, dude? I'm sorry, but that's a downer and a half, bro. That's so random. But I'm sorry. Budget out there. Okay, Scott. Fair is fair. It'd be a good fight. Who's a good fight between Budget? Who y'all talking about?
It'd be Malcolm fight. And somebody, I would guess. Malcolm Reynolds and somebody.
Okay. Clover, I've given you about as much time that I can give you, bro. What's the character?
Dude, I don't know. I mean, let's go with I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Several let's go with Hawkeye from the Avengers.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Hawkeye from MASH, which was Alan Alda. I mean, that would be a fun one too.
No, but that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
Armed Date says, not for nothing, but the stream has gotten a wee bit gay. I think there's nothing wrong with that. Your wife says, Clover Tech, 2 weeks with Sheldon would make you love her OCD. Actually, it's not OCD. If you truly have OCD, it's actually CDO. You got to put it in alphabetical order if you truly have OCD. So let's see here. G23 says same guy did a drive-by on another house. My God, I'm sorry. That sucks. No, that sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Man, that went downhill. All right, so one last question. Doesn't matter who you're with. You could be by yourself, Budget. This might make you happy as hell. Okay. One last question. If you're quarantined for 2 weeks, health risk doesn't matter. Nutrition doesn't matter. You get one food for 2 weeks. What's the one food that you get? Unlimited supply of it.
Okay. One food made the same way repetitively.
Jesus, he's gonna say eggs or bacon or some shit. One food, yes, it can be made however you want, but
no consequence.
So we're talking about it. Are we talking about it? Are we talking a dish? Are we talking like a dish or a food? Because like dishes are comprised of multiple foods, right?
Whatever the hell makes you happy, brother.
Okay.
Eggplant lasagna. And if there's no health consequences, real lasagna.
Yeah, there's no health consequences.
Lasagna.
You're not going to get sick. Nothing. It's just you get a hall pass for 2 weeks with food, but you only can pick
lasagna, man.
Every day. Eggplant or just regular lasagna? Just lasagna in general.
A regular lasagna. I fucking love lasagna.
All right. Let's see here. TJ says bacon. Bacon's probably going to be a popular choice. Ape says Chinese food, hair of the dog, if you will. There you go. Andrew says beef enchiladas with onions, Tex-Mex style.
Real Chinese?
That's not bad. I don't know. Nighthawk says pizza, so many variations. True. Thermo says fajitas. Can't go wrong with that. Scott says pizza and beer.
Pizza. That's why I asked about the stipulations, because
I guess so.
Pizza would be a great one if it was multiple. If you were looking for one dish or whatever that you could have a wide variety of, pizza would be a great choice. I think. Yeah,
pizza would, because you could put different toppings on it and all that. Sure.
If we're talking about just a specific food item cooked a specific way, I'm going barbecue ribs.
Okay. I love ribs. I don't know if I could eat them for 2 weeks though.
Oh, I could eat mine for 2 weeks, but I would not want to make them for 2 weeks. And you said I didn't have to do anything. So
That's right. Gabriel says his food is ready. He's out. Peace, brother. Jorge says sweet sour chicken and fried rice. Pizza's getting another one. Bread, steak, and mashed potatoes. Eat like a king. I'd probably have to say that. Man. So there's 3 things in this world that I love. There's more than that, but 3, like, truly, I love steak, I love pasta, and I love Mexican food. And it's going to be really difficult to choose. But I would probably have to go. Man, I have to go with steak. I think if you give me a 2-week supply of ribeye, I wouldn't be able to turn that down.
I'll be right back, fellas.
Yeah, man. I think that'd be hard for me to turn down 2 weeks of ribeyes with no health consequences whatsoever. I think that would probably have to be.
You pose an interesting one there, because if you tied it down and said, okay, for 2 weeks you could only have a certain ethnic, whatever style, it would be Mexican, hands down.
I would probably say the same thing. I think I would probably choose Mexican over Italian, although it would be really tough. But I think
I'm not big on the Italian other than the pizza. So, and I'm the same way with Asian or Chinese food. There's only a few, but Mexican food, I just throw it on a plate. I don't care what it is. I'll eat it.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of pasta. I love tortellini. I love all pasta. But if I had to choose of the 2, so budget, we're talking Mexican food or Italian food, if you had to choose one or the other. And it's not just a single dish, it's all encompassing Mexican food or Italian.
As long as there's no dietary consequences involved.
No dietary consequences.
Have the carbs, which sucks because I love Italian food. Obviously, lasagna is my absolute favorite thing to eat.
Right.
So,
yeah,
it would be Italian.
And honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with either one. I really don't.
No, you can't.
Because there's so many different varieties of both. Like you said, Mexican food, holy shit, it's an endless number of variations, and same with Italian food. So it's crazy. All right, so
they're really the same. It's just the spices are different.
Right.
And a lot of it
is.
a
lot of, and I'm not going to say it is because of pasta and all that, but the way that they prepare food is similar. They take the preparation with peppers and beefs and meats and all that, mix it together. Absolutely. But yeah.
And no, Andrew, I have had good Mexican food. Mexican would be my absolute really close. I just love it.
I am. And I think for this exercise, I'd probably pick Mexican over that. But it would be like,
man.
There's no wrong answer. Absolutely. So I think I know where Clover is going to go with this. Drinks, alcohol or non-alcoholic, sodas, whatever it is. Once again, no health risks, no nothing. What's the one drink that you would take with you?
Cream soda.
I figured you'd say cream soda. I knew that was coming. Budget, what about you?
Iced tea.
Okay. Iced tea.
I love iced tea. I drink it. I mean, I drink about a gallon of it a day. I love stuff.
For me, it's going to come down between Coca-Cola and milk. Now, that's very odd, but I don't.
Well, see, you get both with the cream soda.
True. What I'm going to take is I'm going to pick milk, because if I get just one drink, but the stipulation is whatever food I want, I think I could have more food would taste better with milk than it would. I could have cookies and ice cream and all of that with milk, not necessarily with Coca-Cola. Well, I guess I could have ice cream with it, but I'm going to choose milk. There's no one of my favorite things in the world is like ice cold milk. I love ice cold milk, so I'd go milk. We have gone down crazy rabbit holes, but I think it's been fun. Apparently, I pissed off some people out there not being serious about the coronavirus. That's the whole point. I think people don't need to be stressed out 24/7. If I could give them an hour and a half of having fun and all of that,
Yeah,
we just went down some rabbit holes and had a good time. There's times to be serious, and there are times where sometimes you just gotta kind of relax and laugh a bit. So to recap, go to Walmart, sit in your car out in the parking lot, and just watch people.
Right.
That's about as good as it gets, guys. You don't have to get out of the car, so you're not going to be threatened with picking up a virus. You're literally sitting in your car, listening to music, sitting relaxed, have the heater, air conditioner on, whatever you want, and you're just going to watch people be batshit crazy. It doesn't get any better than that. It just doesn't.
and how?
So let's kind of start sweeping the floor. Like I said, in about half an hour, go over to Sandhills Shooters and channel and watch Get Off My Lawn podcast. If you want to, you can go check out Night Strike show right now. I mean, you can. I'm just kidding. Go check out Night Strike. What's it called? Hit or Miss.
Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock.
He's got about another half an hour before he goes off, and then Sandy will come on at the top of the hour. So go check them out. Chris says, I've appreciated this and getting away from it. Yeah, I mean, I just get tired of hearing and watching all of the negative bullshit. So I thought we're just gonna have a good time with this and have fun. Armed 8 says whiskey, dancing girls, a must have. Can't be too bad. Warsaw says try milk with pizza. I've drank milk with pizza. Absolutely. Milk with anything's pretty damn good. Thanks you guys for coming. Budget, what you got coming up? Huh?
Not after you drink a bunch of vodka, it ain't.
Vodka and milk?
Yeah.
Bro.
When you combine those,
No. Milk.
Drink the milk after the vodka or the vodka after the milk, it tends to do really bad things to your gastrointestinal system. And
White Russian is vodka, milk, and what else is the other one? Some kind of liqueur. I don't remember. Anyways.
Well, all I can tell you is if you come home with a belly full of vodka and think you're going to get a glass of milk without consequences, wrong. Wrong.
So tell people what you got. You want to plug anything, budget or anything like that? Go ahead and tell people where they can find you and what you're doing.
Bunch of Guns and Gear reviews here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, etc. Just put up a video today, a kind of a revisit of the Ruger EC9S. Go check that out.
Yep.
I got a what's on the shelves at Walmart today video coming out talking about my my travels fighting the coronavirus ridden mobs.
Midnight says Kahlua. That's what it is. It's vodka, milk, and Kahlua is a White Russian.
Yeah.
And you got Ride of the People this Friday coming on. You can be working.
No, I'm actually off. So yeah, it will be the Ride of the. Well, actually, I don't have to work a double finally.
Okay, so you're gonna get the night shift off. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have the night shift off. So there will be the Ride of the People this Friday at 11:30 p.m. Eastern over on Bunch of Guns and Gear Reviews. So go check that out.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on, buddy. I'm glad you were able to join us tonight. You usually are working. It's always awesome to have you on. So you're always welcome. And go check Mike out. Go check out Ride of the People. It's my favorite show of the week, and I've said that for over a year now. And I love not only the show, but the punchline. We use the first to defend the second, which I love that. And usually it's the other way around. But it's great. Go check that out at is it 9:30 Central or 10:30 Central?
I don't know. I'm on Eastern time, the only one that matters.
Which one is Eastern? 10:30 Eastern?
11:30 Eastern.
11:30 Eastern. So it is 10:30 Central. Okay, 10:30 Central. All right. Clove, what you got going on? You got anything? Are you doing anything at all? Or are you just kind of being a bum?
No, I'm taking advantage of the quarantine and not doing anything. So
there you go.
Oh, by the way, I still got 8 stickers left on my. Now I'm not going to NRAM giveaway contest. So, holy cow! I went an hour and a half without being a self-serving commercial whore. What the hell?
Put the link out there, bro.
Yeah, let me go over to my website and grab that link. I'll chuck it out in the chat. Still got 8 of them left. Someone will win fabulous prizes. Both of these guys here had something to do with that too. Thank you to both of you for your generous.
And I'm a proud owner of a sticker as well. So maybe 2 of them. I think maybe I'm not sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think I did too.
But yeah, go check them out. And like I said, this was a fundraiser to help Mike get to NRAM. But since NRAM is been canceled, at least postponed.
No, it's done. It's canceled. Next one's next year.
All right. So, but I the great thing about this is it's not always just about getting him to certain place. It's about supporting Mike and his things. And so go check. He's put the link out there. Mike does a great job.
Infrastructure for the channel.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that link's out there. Go check it out and go help him out. He's only got 8 left.
That's right.
The price packs are pretty damn cool. So go check it out. And
worth over $400 and includes $220 worth of gift cards to Palmetto State Armory.
They'll buy you a completed lower
of this guy right down here, and a Fiachi scope. The second prize pack is worth over $130, and it contains a set of eye pro and ear pro courtesy of this guy, and a Fiachi Falcon scope. So go check that stuff out.
Awesome. Anything else we want to talk about? Are we good? Think we're good. Thanks for always watching, guys. We enjoyed. This was a fun one. If you're watching in replay or listening to podcasts and you want to comment or whatever, use the comment section below. Answer some of the questions. I'd love to hear some of y'all's questions. These answers to these questions. Because I think they're just fun. They're fun to sit around and think about sometimes, but kind of get your mind off of that. Also, if you have podcasts or YouTube channels or TV shows to binge watch that haven't been mentioned, put those in the comment section below as well, because I'm looking forward to finding new stuff and learning about new people. I'm a big Joe Rogan podcast fan, not necessarily a big Joe Rogan fan, but his podcast is phenomenal. If you guys haven't checked out, he brings in people from all different types of walks of life and all of that. So that's a good one as well. So forgot to mention that one earlier, but yeah, put your answers out there. I'm always looking to find some new stuff. And like I said, give us that thumbs up if you like it. Maybe hit that subscribe button. Go check out some of the videos. Check out Clover's channel and Budget Guns and Gears channel. Both awesome channels. They've got great content. The great thing about it is we're all gun people, but we all have different interests. So if you don't like stuff on my channel, you might find something you love on Mike's or on Clover's channel that kind of fits your niche. So go check them all out. I want to give a quick plug out to G23 again. G23 on Saturday nights at 6 Eastern is doing some live shows now. So go check him out as well. So thanks for stopping by. We hope we entertained you for a little bit. Don't be stupid. Don't be crazy. Don't leave the house if you don't have to. Take care. We don't know how this is in all seriousness. We don't know how bad this is. I'm not a sky is falling or glass half empty. I'm always trying to make silver out of shit. But right now we just don't know. So don't put yourself in a position or anyone in your family in a position if you don't have to that you could possibly get sick. We just don't know what's going on right now. Laugh at the crazy people, but don't become one of them. And by all means, drink as much Corona beer as you possibly can handle and help their stocks back up, because it's no shit. Their stocks have plummeted because of this. And that is not a joke. But go out there and make sure you drink Corona beer and all that. But we guys will see you soon, and Semper Fi.
Have a good one.